Kicking off your Wednesday, it is your midweek MCN. And we start with, what the heck is that? Yes, sometimes this happens. I don't know what look, it's a bit of Kate Bishop merged in. That's scary. Although a tactical outfit for Absorbing Man. I mean, it's good because, you know, we don't have to see his man titties all the time. So I guess there's positives in this. Look, we got a few things to cover in the community. There's not a huge amount. Kabam been very quiet on answering against some of the issues, problems, and also like updates to other stuff, and you know, G'ing up the community with new things that's been worked on. So by the time I release this, there'll probably be something, but until now, they've been very quiet. So we can post funny images and other stuff like that. Hey, have you picked up a 7-star Titania from the Nigh Invulnerable crystals? They give out some interesting things. Of course, you can get a 7-star by the end of the month, and it's the Holy Grail. It does exist though. One player's picked it up there, so Sancham's picked it up. Tony Stark has, great Tony Stark, and also Nemesis 17 has also picked. So that is out there. It does exist. It is it's the Holy Grail that you can pick up. Good luck to anybody that has picked it up. It is very rare. I wonder what the odds are of getting it. Probably incredibly low. And now on to a really interesting infographic. This is by Charles Wung. Link is in the description to go check out Charles's X account. Of course, support these people that put together these amazing infographics, whether it's Mr. K, Charles, you know, Cat Murdoch, anybody. Just give them some support, some love wherever you can, because these take such a long time. I definitely know that firsthand when I'm creating stuff when it comes to spreadsheets. Like, these take such a long time to put together. So massive respect and props to Charles. This is, as I said, link in the description. So important if you are looking to prepare for hazard shift nodes in Alliance Wars. A lot of you out there do them. And of course, you need options. Very, very important when you're kind of looking at, say, this sector right here, where it's incinerate and poison. And you're like, I need some options. I need to definitely consider options. Problem as well when people put... what is it? Provocateur, you need Secutor champions, and then it's like you're very specific in the kind of counters that you can have for it. But anyway, it is what it is. Massive shout out to Charles. Link is in the description to this, and it's very well thought out and put together because you've got everything from the cold-based ones, the shock-based ones, the degeneration-based ones, the rupture-based ones as well, and helpful little kind of like images and things. So shout out to Charles, link is in the description. Go support these people. And now on to a quick coverage of the crystal cleansing and where we are in the situation. I'm going to do a full video, kind of like an update video at the weekend. I did an update video last weekend, like a weekend update. SNL people, they know about that. I've still got a lot more points to add. I opened up a good chunk today for the 6-star featured, or yesterday for 6-star featured, but I'm recording this on Tuesday. You know, that's what I do, because obviously I work throughout the day on midweek days. Anyway, to the point. We are seeming to stall a little bit. I was hoping to see. This was yesterday, or no, it was a couple of days ago actually. 343 mil. The 6-star features so far are not upping it. Now, because when I'm recording this, it is 10 PM UK time, there's still a good chunk of hours of people waking up. If there's people waking up, and also those in America, in the kind of Americas, are just about starting the day, or not starting the day, but going through to the evening. So they're probably like, oh, I'll open up my crystals then. So we could see a bit of a bump. Why is it important to see a bit of a bump in the scores? Well, it would be nice to kind of see that we're getting some better stuff. The better stuff comes from later on down in the game. You know, the latter things are like, you know, units, or there's right at the very end, which was the most important thing, was getting that exalted crystal. There's some 7-star shards there, but it's not... Kabam even said, like, I think, again, some people don't listen to when Kabam say stuff when they go, it's not going to be you know, great stuff. This for me, the way I treated it was, this is helping out lower players, you know, elevate their kind of, help them out to get some stuff. You know, this is, if you're a very new starter to the game, getting 7-star shards is very rare. Getting things like tier 2 primordial dust is very rare. Same thing with tier, is it tier 1? I think tier 1's in there as well. Units as well. There's some rare stuff for new players. And I know that people who are veteran players will be looking at this going, yeah, but it doesn't benefit me, Rich. Where's the stuff for me? I know sometimes all about a community spirit is also helping out somebody lower in, you know, just starting to the game. Even with like new accounts, your old accounts, it helps out as well. So I like that camaraderie and community spirit that these realm events are meant to have. And I understand people want to see better rewards. I agree. I'd like to see that as well. Maybe the incentive was, if they put something super spicy at the end of it, Kabam would get, you know, better data. Because here's the thing. And I need to do a full video on Saturday, but it looks very unlikely we're going to hit that 1 billion mark. Would that have been achievable if Kabam's put something unique? I mean, if they put a 7-star awakening gem, I think a lot of people would want to push to it. Are they going to do it? No. Is that going to be behind a ranked paywall? Well, no, it's not bunny ears. It is a paywall. A ranked paywall in Banquet event this year? Highly likely. So, what could they put there instead? Well, they could put a 7-star selector of some description with some really interesting or unique champions. They could have put something else there, like a, I don't know, a Titan Crystal. Something really unique that the community could go and grab. But they wouldn't give that out to new players. So that's always a bit of a tough one. But they could have done the progression selector. Remember the progression selectors that they put in the double track? Well, imagine they put that there. And it's specific to you, to your progression of where you're up to. At least that would make people within the community want to work towards something. And I think that's where Kabam might have missed a trick. Because people aren't going to be opening their crystals if they're not interested in this particular event and saving the shards for pulls. Like, I'd love to open more. I've opened up all my 6-stars because I needed beta ray bill. I've got more to open next week for my holiday time. But yeah, that's the biggest kind of like concern with it. And I think that's where people are there's this kind of like disjointed nature between what is a community-based event to help out the lower players, like veteran players like myself and many others, helping out lower players, and what other players want to see because they're annoyed about the extent of, well, why don't we have more spicier things? And that seems to be the case. If you go into the forums, there is a Rate the Crystal Cleansing event, and a lot of people are, you know, voting it like very low. And I guess it is down to the rewards. It's not terrible, but I don't think we'll make all the milestones, and even the final reward is kind of meh. I'll take the revive and the 300 units, but overall the event fails to hype anyone. Free stuff every month, please, Kabam. It's free, it didn't really need to do much, and got some free units. Exalted at the end can be meh, but also possibly the best thing in the world depending on after opening it. And that's, I guess, a true thing. If you're a new player to the game, you might get a 7-star. You might get a helpful champion. For those that are... I hate hoarders. Okay. Not the best event, but could be good for things to come. And that's, I think, is good to do a tester event. It just depends on what Kabam wanted to see from it from a data perspective. Because if they wanted new players, if they wanted old players to come back to the game, this might not have been it. If they wanted to get an idea of the activity of the community or events that could bring back the activity of the community, I don't know if it hit the way that they wanted to. And maybe that would have improved by having a spicier thing at the end of it. Anyway, what are your thoughts currently on this? I'm going to do an update to the video at the weekend, looking at where we are as we hit about the halfway mark, which is kind of like 17 days from the end point. Now we're going to end the show because, as we said, there's not a huge amount going on at the moment with what are your thoughts and plans for saving up your units for what you're prioritizing Cyberweekend or 10-year anniversary Banquet. I'm pretty much settled on the Banquet. I'm going to do a video next week on the units available between now and the Banquet event, and I will also have a slight mention of Cyberweekend, but I do feel it's a trap if you want to feel like you want to have more fun in the Banquet. But you know, that's always a difficulty with kind of like investing your units into it as to what you get back. I think I'd like to see the Cyberweekend deals first before making the decision on where my units are going, and I don't have any extra available time to farm more units because I've got other stuff on. And what is everyone's priority? Well, it's Banquet event. So far, everyone is Banquet event, with a small amount of people focused in on both, which is always interesting. 7% neither. Oh, okay. If Command drops the ball with this year's Banquet and bundle up cabs with Valiants, 300 unit crystals, which give same rewards, same milestones and rewards, then it'll be a big problem. I personally do not think Kabam are going to separate out the crystals. The crystals are and will more than likely give the same rewards, because that takes away with what the Banquet, what the gifting event was always about. So to change that narrative, ooh, I don't know. I don't know about that. But hey, we need to see what what Kabam has in store. But it looks like a lot of people are focused in on the Banquet. I don't know what everyone else is at the moment, with what their focus is. Like I need to see the Cyberweekend deals. I need to find out where the devaluation is, where the sneaky stuff that you can grab is, and whether or not 18,000 units can get you anywhere, because nowadays 18,000 units gets you bugger all in the world of Cyberweekend, July 4th deals and stuff like that. So I'm hoping they can stretch and grab me something fun, but we'll have to see. What are your thoughts on Banquet event and prioritizing and saving? Are you farming units right now? Are you not? And anyway, I will see you all later on. Check out some other content located on screen. Bye bye for now.